Mm. Hi, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, Karibu Sana. If you're coming back, thank you. Happy New Year. I hope the new year has started well. It's the first Saturday of the year. I just got back from church and just got comfortable to do this video. And now, just thinking about it, I have such a complicated relationship with religion. I'm a Seventh day, born and raised. Anyways, that's not the video for today. I know the year has started. Some of us have that motto, New Year, New Me, I don't understand. Wait, hold on for a minute. Why do we act as though when the clock strikes midnight, something drastically happens and now it's New Year, New You? Not to not to this I don't want to put down people who say New Year, New Me. By all means, if it's New Year and it's new you and you have goals and you have set them and you're sticking through with them, kudos. And I really do commend you. I have in the past set goals that I didn't follow through. Okay. This is not to say setting goals is bad. It's not bad. Dreaming is not bad. I think the problem comes in when we make unrealistic goals. Because when you have unrealistic goals, you have unrealistic expectations, and your feelings end up getting hurt at the end of the day. I say this from experience. And by the way, everything I'm going to say in this video is out of my experience, and my experience is definitely different from the next person. But there's some things that are just true. For example, not all of us will have our wildest dreams come true. No, it's just the reality. Not all of us will have, the breakthrough that some outliers have. And I want to say, sometimes we look at one in 1,000 people and think that that's how life will turn out for us, or that's how life should be. And let's give an example. Let me give an example. I realized that most of my friends, or those of you who watch my video here from the last video when I said, I'm only broke because I'm a good girl. And some of you tell me that you can relate. And those of us who are like this, those of us who have shame, who are scared to be risky. Sometimes we look at, let's say, the OnlyFans girls when they make headlines and they're making millions and millions and millions of dollars, and you here being a good girl, broke as hell. But then, do you stop to think about it? Because those are probably what, 2, 3, let's say at most 10 girls who are making these millions. I don't know. Let me not say at most, because I don't know. Honestly, this is not even a very good example for me to talk about, because I honestly just do not know. But all I know is sometimes we hear of these girls. Not many of them are making millions. It's probably 2%. The rest of them are probably there by $180 or $500 a month, or I don't know, something like that. But you look at those girls and you think, they're doing pretty well, but it's not all of them that are doing that. Not all of our the outliers should not be a representative. That's what I wanted to say. Anyways, as I was saying, this video is going to be about the unrealistic goals or unrealistic expectations I've had. For example, when when I was preparing my application to come to the US, I told myself that this is my chance to start over. And in my head, starting over meant that everything was going to fall in place once I got to America. I was going to start a new life. I was going to be better. I was going to, lead a healthier life. I was going to save more. I was going to get my life on track. And I do realize that sometimes we have these goals and we have these expectations because we just don't know better. Because I was telling myself that if I go to the US and I was going to be a student, I was going to get a side job and I was going to probably work 2 jobs on campus and, still excel in school. Not real, like I didn't, at that time, I didn't even stop to think that I'm going to be studying after such a long time. People don't talk about how hard it is to go back to school as an adult, you know? And then more so, this is something that I hadn't studied, something completely different. I remember and I did well. Just let me stop and say that I did well. GPAs in the, like, that bracket. But anyways, that's besides the point. The point is, I didn't stop to think that it was going to be challenging for me because I was going to school after such a long time. Also, I was going to do something different in a new environment, new people. It's just like I had moved out of my comfort zone, so it was going to come with its own challenges. I didn't think that, and then on top of that, I was thinking, okay, I'm going to do 2 jobs. 2 jobs. you know those of you who are watching from, like, who are not in America, most of the time we hear that people have like three jobs or 2 jobs. It's not because they want to do that, or because it's just because they want to make more money, because sometimes the jobs just don't give enough money. Like, I even told myself this after graduation, that I was going to have my job in international development and also I'll have something on the side. And to some point, I actually did look for a job and found it. I'll tell this other story later on in the video. But anyways, I just didn't know, and I didn't stop to think that this is just unrealistic. You can't do 2 jobs. Where are you going to get the time to study? Because you need to study as hard, because this is something you didn't do. And I just remembered, I always tell my friend this, that one thing, like, school cannot be difficult for me. If it's something that I can sit down and study and understand, it won't be difficult for me. And I always tell myself that if I'm going somewhere, like, I know going back to school after such a long time, I'm at a disadvantage compared to, like, my classmates, because it's something different. Even now at work, like, I'm at a disadvantage. I'm starting really low because I don't have the experience. But if you find yourself in a situation like that, you just need to know that if you're finding yourself at a disadvantage, you just need to work twice as hard. And that's what I tell myself in school or anything that I do. Anyways, that's besides the point. Besides the point is, I made this unrealistic expectations because I just didn't know any better. And then another thing, what I was telling myself, that, okay, once I get to America, I'm going to change. I'm going to eat healthier. I'm going to work out. Like, all the things that I thought I was, like, the things I failed doing in Thailand, I thought when I came to America, I was not going to fail at doing them. Not realizing that when you make a change, or when you relocate, your habits don't remain where you were before. They come with you. Your bad habits, not even bad habits, all your habits come with you. Because what? I'm in my mid-30s. There are some things I've been doing for such a long time. Those changes don't take place overnight. If I was, like, for example, I didn't like cooking while I was in Thailand. The only time I cooked was if I have my friends over. I still don't like cooking for myself. I only cook when now I cook more, but I only cook when I have people over. So I relied a lot on eating out. So I told myself, no, I'm not going to eat out in America. What? If you lack discipline in Thailand, you're going to lack discipline in America. If you want to change, like, a bad habit, or you want to change a habit, it doesn't happen in a month. When the clock strikes midnight, if you are not working out, you are not magically going to start working out, like, let's say, every day of the week. You can only do that if you do it, let's say, you do it, let's say, after 3 months, you do every day, which is highly unlikely. Not everyone is going to do this, guys. But anyways, all I'm saying is, your habits do not will not change overnight. And also, if you relocate, your bad habits will come with you. If you lacked discipline in 2024, chances are you're still going to lack discipline in 2025. You know, and the problem, actually, not thinking about it, the problem is sometimes with our unrealistic goals, and what makes these goals unrealistic is we go from extremes, like you're on either on that side or you're on this side, not realizing that you have to take little steps to get you to the extreme. You know, like let's say, for example, and I'll give my example. I know I'm not disciplined with money. I know this. Even when I'm going to be broke, I just still am not disciplined with money. But there are some things, there are some steps I take to make me, because I know myself. And so there are things that I do. For example, I have two bank accounts. One is my everyday checking account where I put money for the everyday. And then the other one's in the savings, which I have an ATM, but I don't take that ATM anywhere. And also I don't have an app for that bank on my phone because I know I'll easily transfer money. Easily. So yeah, when I was a student, I would save, like I like to save, like I don't like to not have like an emergency amount that I can draw from when something happens. So I would tell myself that I want to have some sort of stability, you know? So I came from not saving to now I want to save, let's say, and these are not the right figures, let's say I wasn't saving. Now I want to save $500 a month. From zero saving to $500 a month, you are most likely going to do this for 1 month. And then you're going to reach your burnout because it's just not realistic, you know? Because if you have the same amount of salary and now you want to go from zero saving to 500, you didn't have more money. Your expenses are still the same. You're still spending the same. Chances are you're going to dip to that money that you put aside. You're going to bring it back to your check-ins and use it. That's just how it is. You can't go from from eating unhealthy to eating healthy overnight. I'm only laughing because I remember in 2023 when I went to northern Nigeria, I was eating a lot. I think before that I was already eating a lot and my weight had already started changing. And when I was still here in America, I don't think I saw it. And then when I went to northern Nigeria, I started seeing it. Like my face was even puffy and everything. Like my tummy was big. I'm a girl who always had a flat stomach. And then it just started growing. And then it became really noticeable. And then it started bothering me. And I remember, I don't know what happened the one time. I remember we were in Sokoto in northern Nigeria. And I was like, yeah, I don't like the way I look. Like this is like anywhere, like, let me be honest, the weight gain is not bad. I like the weight gain. Like I fill up a skirt nice or fill up a dress nice, except the tummy. Anyways, so I saw the weight gain. I was like, yeah, no, I cannot do this. I'm going on a liquid diet. Wait, no, it wasn't actually a liquid diet. It was a water diet. Why would I do that? A water diet. Like, keep in mind, this is someone who's never dieted in their entire life. Like, I've never even tried this keto that you guys do. Like, I've never tried like this smoothie diet or salad diet or just any sort of dieting. I have never tried it. But now I want to go from eating too much Nigerian food to not eating at all. Ask me how many days it lasted. Just ask me. It didn't last the whole day because it makes no sense. It's just unrealistic. You have to start from maybe, I don't know, like skipping a meal or something. Or like, I don't know, just some sort of diet so that you get to a point where you have that discipline for you not to eat. There's so many times in Thailand I tried going vegetarian. And for some reason, like this comes back to the point where I said, like sometimes you just don't know. Because why do I feel like being a vegetarian is going to make me lose weight? Or being a vegetarian is the epitome of being healthy? It just makes no sense. And like I blame myself. Some of these things I shouldn't even be saying them out loud on YouTube. Because if I have YouTube, I have internet, and I can just look. Seriously, not knowing in this day and age is up to us. You have everything at your disposal. And more so, I hated, no, actually at the time I didn't know that I hated, but I like that we have AI now, though it's just getting crazy and I feel like it's getting out of hand. But, AI sees everything else from the internet and gives you the information that you want. This is what I like. So not knowing some things, it really is really up to you. Yeah, that has been me. Happy Saturday, first Saturday of the year. I hope for the rest of the year, everything goes well for you. And if you have goals, I hope you follow through with them. I do not necessarily, like I say, I don't have goals, but I know where I want to be eventually. I just don't have the next 10 steps figured out. No, I have the next step figured out. And then I believe that when I get to that next step, the other step will reveal itself. Anyways, thanks again for coming and chilling with me on the sofa. I will see you again next week on the sofa when we talk about random things that pop onto my head. Okay? Thanks for coming and I'll see you next time. Bye.